Hey guys, Larkhall here. I want to talk about desire in music. Not like music about desire, but like how does music want to get somewhere? Why are there arrival points in music that are just so satisfying? And why do we sometimes feel like we were led one place, but then not given what we expected? But first, I want to tell you a little story. It's a story about a billboard. This billboard is one I saw when I lived in Chicago. It was a Spanish language billboard, as you often see in Chicago. And there on the billboard was a xylophone. And it had one octave of notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And the B was all beat up, like it had been hit again and again and again. And the text on the billboard said, "We say yes more often." Because, of course, in Spanish, si means yes, and in music, si means that note B. That's the seventh note of the scale. So that got me thinking, this seventh note, why is it called yes? So why is this note called yes? Well, looking at the arrangement of notes on the piano, the way the black and the white keys are grouped seems really arbitrary and historical, but in fact, it's really bound up with this idea of a note or notes that lead somewhere. So let's just take the white keys for now. We'll look at the whole set in a minute. What we have here is two kinds of relationships between notes. We have the kind where you've got another note tucked up away in between, and the kind where you don't. The most common kind to have is a note hiding in between. We have more of those. We've decided to call that a whole step. It's made up of two half steps. So it's a whole step, and it's made up of this half step and this half step. So then this relationship, where there is no extra note in between, this is a half step. Now, where do the half steps occur here on the white keys? They occur between 1, 2, 3, 4. It's between 3 and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means these two bits are the same. This bit and this bit. So the first half of the scale and the second half, same. What these half steps do is they lead us through the scale. So when we're here, that leads us in the first bit, and then that second one leads us even more strongly to our last note. What that does is orients our ear in the scale. So when we play those notes, we can play them in any order. And we always want to end right there on C, on the tonic. That's what it means to be in the key of C. But here's when it gets really neat. We've been so far conflating the seventh in the key of C, which is this note that we call B, and the sound of a leading tone, the sound of just an abstract seventh in any key, which is just some sort of pitch relationship. So we can have that seventh in C. We can have it in another key. And the way we get between keys is, I think, the most interesting part of this. So if we're in C, we really want to lead to that C. So we play around in C. And as soon as we add that F sharp, that doesn't sound like home anymore. Now that's home. So this note here, this F sharp, leads to C. Here, that's saying yes, go there. That's not home anymore. Yes, there. That's C. So we've added C sharp, now we're in the key of D. So that's F sharp and C sharp. And we can just keep doing that. We're now in A by adding that G sharp. Add a D sharp and we're in E. And so on. And we take them away and we can go back down to the lower keys. So all it is adding a leading tone to whatever key we want to be in. We We just add sharps so that we have that half-step relationship going up to whatever note we want. And then that's how we're in a key. That's what it means, really, to be in a key when you're talking in a restricted sense about a major key in Western music using things like leading tones. Now, there are other types of music that don't rely on leading tones. Most popular music doesn't, and I'll make another video to talk about that. But in classical music, in music that uses leading tones to get places, that's how it works, and that's what being in a key means. I hope you find that as geekily interesting as I do, and I'll be back with more about other geeky aspects of music and beautiful aspects of music.